Got some Xbox boxes back there. Xbox boxes. Yeah, I was gonna say that's my consolation prize if the Xbox boxes are empty, but I don't know if I'm gonna take that. What do we got here? Now these boxes by themselves could be worth some money. What do you think? I used to have a guy that would buy these from my videos. But let's see, get that open. Oh, they make them difficult, don't they? Empty. I have a habit of trying to explain things to people because I know someone. Hey, that might be something in that one. What's that? Ah, oh, fan. I'm just gonna scrap it. Because there'll be someone that'll say, those boxes, you could sell those boxes. That's true. I could. The problem is there's just so much stuff for one person to deal with. Now, if I had the retail store, I've got a pair of gloves. If I had the retail store, I'd put that box in the retail store, that box in the retail store. I'd put those gloves in the retail store. I might actually have those for myself. Oh boy, I didn't notice that. Look at that alternator. Is that an alternator? Alternator. That's a nice piece of scrap metal right there. See all the copper in that, dude? Loaded with copper. I mean, it's just gonna go. This electric motor, I suppose. Other scrapyards will call it other things. Uh-oh, hold on a second. What are we doing? Oh, what are we dealing with here? Oh, those are closed. They're a little too far going to sell. That's retail swagola. The reason I had that retail store is because, look at that. Hate it. The reason I had that retail store is because I run across so much stuff like this in my videos, and people are like, why don't you take that? I would take that, but there's nothing I can do with it. Well, as soon as I say that, as soon as the words come out of my mouth, there's an eBayable pair of Converse. Yes, those are good enough. Now, like these, you can't sell that on eBay. But you know, someone could have those. They're nice shoes. You just can't sell them for an amount of money that makes it worth your while. So that's why I had that retail store, because it made my YouTube videos better, right? I could bring in more stuff, and it made my videos look better. Like, I'm just gonna leave all this behind. But anyways, I'm gonna leave that nasty bean pot back here too. But anyways, what I was saying is, for those of you out there interested, I would recommend, and I might start it back up, a retail store. I'll put the link down in the description to a retail store playlist. I mean, I'd put gazillions of things in there, and people would come and get them. And $60 a month rent on the storage unit that it was in. But it made my videos better, right? It made them more bulky and longer, which means more ads and more revenue. And plus I'd make videos at the retail store. So it's a good idea for fellow YouTubers out there. Start you a retail store. Link down in the description for my freetail playlist. Some of them. You'll get the idea. All right, so for today's video, I'm gonna run a real-time route. I just went to the post office and I'm swinging through this place. I'm gonna go down to the university area. The university starts back up in next week. So they should be moving in. We're gonna go see what's going on down there. I'll run a real-time video down there when I get down there. I guess I'll turn the camera on. I'm checking some dumpsters on the way down to the spot I've targeted to make a video today. But I'm running into all this. That's so lightweight. That's aluminum, but I don't want to fill up. That looks wonderful, right? That looks wonderful, but it weighs about as much as that does. It's like a quarter pound. So I thought that was gonna be better. Oy. Almost there. End up with a full load by the time I get to the spot where I'm making a video. I want to make a video. I thought there was more to it than that. There's some fishing lures and stuff right there. What am I dealing with here? Just a random handful of fishing lures. I like the little frog. He's been sitting in the heat. I like these little spinners. I thought they were MEPs at first, but they're not. Never mind. I guess the spinners I'll scrap. I'll take those to the scrap yard. They're junk. Now I see why there's a handful of them in the garbage. Because that's where they belong. You know, sometimes people actually put garbage in garbage dumpsters. I don't know if you knew that or not, but sometimes it's actually garbage. What is that? Oh shoot, that's what caught my eye. It didn't register with me. You probably can't see it yet. It's got some kind of paint or decal on the top. That's a laptop sitting there. That was the first thing that caught my eye. I just kind of like autopilot, right? My autopilot caught that, but I wasn't aware of it. Does that make sense? HP Pavilion G series. Windows 7, that's an old one. Home Prom OA. But that's good enough to go to board side. Get rid of the battery. Those lithium ion batteries, no one buys them around here, and they weigh a lot to be shipping them to board stores. So, but I looked, and the motherboard in that thing is worth about $5 just by itself. So that's interesting. It's just in scrap. Officially, it's called the library route, although I don't go to that library anymore. I used to sell stuff on eBay using the computers in that place a long time ago, and when I was done, I used to live behind me where I'm at right now. When I was done working at the library, I would come swing through this residential / university student neighborhood, wrap around down here, come up here, and then go home. we need a new name for this route. If you wouldn't mind helping me out down in the comments section down below, recommend some new names for this route. I know how creative the community can be. What's that? Is that a full box? Nope. This is Saturday. Just so you know, one of the better days to do this. We've got confusion here. Guys stopping on yellow. Always fun. Oh, never mind. Now I get it. Sorry, dude. So the first day of the university classes for the fall semester starts on the 18th. So that's next weekend. That's when they'll really be moving in hot and heavy. Problem, of course, with that is all the cardboard boxes and all the stuff they use to transport it will be thrown in the garbage, so it kind of makes it impossible to find the move out garbage like I talked about previously. See, speak of the cardboard boxes, there's a dishwasher down there. If you really needed the money, you could, let's see if I can just get that in here. If you really needed the money, you could go after it. There's an electric motor and some wires down there. You could get yourself a burrito at Taco Bell with that motor if you wanted. Here's some scrap ollies, heavy little heaters. Chunky ollie. Some nice motors in there. It sounds like there's something inside of it. What do we got going on inside of it? Let's have a look. You can try to sell that on eBay. I have some of those listed on eBay. They're not even hardly getting any views at all. So if I start selling them, I'll start collecting them. Good motors in that microwave if you need to eat dinner tonight. boy, look at this. I wonder if this is the same person's apartment. I was here last video getting a bunch of high valuable circuit waste, e-waste circuit boards. I bet this is from the same apartment. Somebody's moving in here. These little handles are made out of a cast aluminum. If you want to get those are dinky ones. So. Sometimes those will be brass. That one there's cast aluminum. They're a little bigger. Oh shoot! I thought there was more stuff here. I saw those TVs sitting there. I thought this was gonna be something good. A couple cords out of the deal. 3 cords out of the deal. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Wait. Never mind. I was hoping it was the rest of his apartment. If I had to guess, I'd say that it is. But it was just the junk, just the true garbage he left behind. Was that a computer or was that a monitor? That's a computer, isn't it? That's a computer. Hewlett Packard. No, I think that is a monitor, actually. That's just a monitor. Heavy monitor. HP W2207. One more indicator here that I saw. I need to look at. Tags. Polo Ralph Lauren tags. Those were handy. Empty backpacks. Empty backpacks. Well worn. Flappy dappy doo. This is probably gonna be just a bunch of move-in stuff. Hey, what's it? Oh, never mind. This, yeah, oh, it's actually not a true construction dumpster. Let's go have a sniff over here. Now there's a nice piece of scrap. Oh, it's got beer in it. Oh. Property of Miller Coors. There's probably a good deposit on that, like 50 bucks or something, unless they change the way they do that. I'll keep this guy in mind. It's can you hear that? It's half. I don't know about how full it is. That's got a lot of beer in it. So, hey, look at that. Oh boy, I didn't even see that. Huh. Any more of those? That's a 25-pound steel weight. And a keg sitting together. That's interesting. That was probably sitting in an apartment for months and months. The way it's sloshing in there, to me, now I could be wrong about this, but it sounds flat. You know, like beer will be kind of foamy and sudsy. That just sounds like it's like a water in there sloshing. I think that's old. Been sitting there probably since May, April. This you can take to play it against sports. That might be a $20 bill before you scrap that stuff at the scrapyard for 5 cents a pound, 8 cents a pound, whatever steel is. Where you at? That could be $1 a pound at Play It Against Sports. That could be $25. That could be $30 if they need it, right? If they're out of that specific thing. Their prices change based on demand. That's the kind of information I try to drop on people. Rusty. I did the same thing in the last video I made here. Similar turns. I'll go have a look in here. I don't like this one because it's behind a fence, but see it's got the video surveillance sign. And it's got a closed fence. Technically, legally, this is not in the public domain because it's behind a fence. I'm just gonna have a pee-pee poo real quick. Steep hill here. Be very, very careful. Here's one way to look at it, and this is something I thought about. This would be like a good reality TV show. Hey, there's those chairs that were sitting over here last time I was through here last weekend. It'd be a good reality TV show. You could drop me off naked in any population that's got, you know, over 50,000. Let's just say 100,000 people in a general area. Yeah, any decent sized population center. Let's just say 100,000 population. You could drop me off. Let's say 50,000. 50,000 is probably enough, as long as what I'm doing here is not illegal and they don't have the dumpsters locked. You could drop me off naked in a city that I've never been to before, right? And within an hour, I'd be clothed with decent clothes to the point where no one would notice anything unusual about my appearance. Within 24 hours, I would have at a minimum some sort of wheels, like a bicycle. And within a month, I would have a scooter, a motorized scooter of some sorts, right? Within 2 months, I'd have a place to live, right? And then within a few months, I would upgrade my vehicle. Right? You could drop me off naked with nothing to my name in any city in the United States, and I would rapidly just be fine doing what I'm doing. Chicken, look, chicken, chick, 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 chick. See the chicken? Chick, 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 and a duck. 2 chickens and a duck. Chick, 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 chick. Look at the duck. 3 chickens. Yeah. Alright, so that route's actually over. Let's just keep going, see what happens. I'll just keep meandering through here. What that is? Hose. Nice little bicycles. Bicycle laying down there. No, it's all tore up. Never mind. We'll have a sniff at those blinds. Let's see if they're aluminum. What was it? It's a Viceroy Forkle. Oh, those are not aluminum. Oh, head rush. Little review here. Laptop and scrap circuit boards. Probably, I don't know, $6-7 if you take it apart, which isn't too difficult. I got a bunch of laptops. I'm gonna one day just sit down, do a little one-man assembly line. Some cheap tin scrap. That alternator is nice. That's probably 15. That might be $2 or so. Some work gloves. I might use those for myself. I don't know. I might just put those on the curb one day. This guy, that's probably a $20 bill. The price depends. The price varies, but like I say, that could be $20. This could be $6 or $7 in scrap. Just send it a board sort. So say just conservatively, let's say that's $25. The alternator's $27. Some scrap in here, a couple dollars. Let's say $30. That's $30 in less than an hour. Did that look like $30 an hour? No, probably not. But was it? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I found these the other day too. There's 30 pounds. 30. I think this one is what they call it, Olympic. I think they call this one Olympic. We can see the big hole in the middle. But anyways, you know, that could be $30, $20-$30. That could be $20 or $30. Once you know what you're doing. Oh, and that's another thing. That's what I wanted to say. Is this will go over here in the scrap section, e-waste section. That's another thing is the reason I make these videos is essentially for homeless people to watch, so you don't become homeless, right? So many times I've said this is like a safety net. If you need to save your car from getting repoed or your house from getting foreclosed on, you can go dumpster dive and you can make enough money. If you want to, you can make enough money, I assure you, as long as you live in a fairly populated place, to stop that stuff from happening to you. Right now, if you live in like the West Coast, where those cities are having those terrible problems, where it's just stupid expensive, you know, you gotta have $4,000 a month for rent, and you can't, and now you're living in your car. Well, move, just get out of there, move, stop dealing with it, go to a normal place. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. And if you like my videos, if I've helped you out, if you learned something, feel free to give me a tip down there in my PayPal tip jar, or subscribe, give me a monthly tip on Patreon, or you can chat me up in the chat section with a little money, a little super chat. And oops, I can't talk and work at the same time. But yeah,